What up, guys? Son of One Day here. In preparation for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I figured I'd do a review of each Indiana Jones movie, and now I'm at Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And I do think that this one is probably the weakest of the original Indiana Jones trilogy, but upon a rewatch, I actually like it a whole lot more. And I think the main reasons for that is even though I'm still not a fan of the overall story chosen for this movie, I think by far the best and standout part of this film is Short Round is Indiana Jones and his relationship with Short Round. It is the best, and it's kind of the emotional hook of the film because Short Round's a kid and Indy's kind of having to be sort of a father figure to this kid, and part of the plot line includes a bunch of children being enslaved and Indy absolutely hating the guys, these demon possessed like Satan worshippers who are doing this and having to take them down, and these are villains that you want to see get taken down bad. And seeing Indy be able to liberate all these kids is really, it's a really very triumphant feeling at the end of the movie. At the same time, I do think that this movie sort of feels like a very extended episode of an Indiana Jones TV show rather than a movie. It's like he just kind of happens upon the adventure. And I'm not necessarily as big of a fan of that kind of storytelling for this franchise as compared to Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he sets out to find the Ark of the Covenant, or Last Crusade, where he sets out to save his father but also find the Holy Grail. This one, he kind of just happens upon it, happens upon the quest. And also, the love interest in this movie is very obnoxious, especially for the first half. And she's there just to be the love interest. Like, she adds nothing to the story. She's just another person for Indy to save in the movie, which, again, makes her character kind of pointless in the overall story, like I said, of this movie. And she also kind of tags along with Indy also by happenstance. She just kind of ends up with him at the beginning of the movie purely just by random goings on, random happenings, and I'm not a fan of that kind of storytelling, not just for this franchise, but just for storytelling in general. Not as big of a fan of that. But again, at the same time, I do think it is still a great adventure movie. I also think that, again, seeing Indiana Jones, I think this movie actually has more of an emotional hook than Raiders of the Lost Ark does, because he is having to be sort of a father figure to Short Round, and he's liberating the children that have been enslaved this whole time, and that's a nice emotional hook. Like, you want to see those children freed, and you want to see these bad guys lose, and they do. And so it makes him more of a hero at the end of the day. And, you know, Indiana Jones is always heroic. He's one of the best protagonists of any movie. So I still think this movie has some pretty great qualities, while also having a bit of some bumps in the road.